Hiya, and welcome to Caddy's Corner. I have to excuse my neighbors doing a bathroom renovation and doing a lot of tile cutting today, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Today on Caddy's Corner, I want to talk about being fat versus being fit. Now, I actually did my at-home workout today, which includes some squats, some push-ups, and some sit-ups, and every time I do that, I get a dinosaur sticker, and these are my stickers. I picked a blue one today, that little guy. He's already on the calendar. It's from a different page. That happened because Stephanie Cox Connolly made a joke to me one day that if I went to the gym, this was years ago, that I would get a sticker. And then I was at the dollar store a couple days after, so I bought some stickers, and I took a picture of me putting a sticker on my calendar on the wall and sent it to her going, I went to the gym, I got a sticker. But what started as a joke picture text to her became something I really liked. I loved being able to look back at wall calendars and see how many times I'd gotten to the gym or sadly not gotten there. So that's my little reward theory. I've talked about a lot of tricks and tips that I use to get through recovery, and this has been going on now probably a decade. And now this was an at-home workout, so I don't get just a dinosaur. I have to draw a roof over him. But while I was in my workout today, which by the way, at some point I'm going to share the whole thing with you. It's a little at-home thing to keep yourself going. I was thinking about Dr. Mike, who was my chiropractor back in the bad days, and I was just musing over how I couldn't get anything right, and I was trying to be healthier, but could never get there to, cook right, eat right, be right, work out, drink enough water, all the things. It was just always felt overwhelming, and no matter how much I got right, I get something wrong. And he said to me, listen, if you ate McDonald's every single day, and then you started bringing a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on white bread to work, you're doing better. And that's a win. So you got to take that as a win. So I learned to do that in small ways. I had chicken and a salad today for lunch. That was very exciting. I didn't just stop and grab a empanada or a couple of hot dogs off the cart guy before work. I ate a proper lunch, and I'm going to take some with me with the rice they gave me because I ordered a meal last night for dinner. I was very hungry. And while I was working out too, I remembered a time when the first time I laid down since high school, and I've been working out with my friend and roommate Kathy to step videos at home. And I laid down one day and I put my hand on my hips, and I actually felt hip bone to hip bone without this big belly in the way. And I was like, is that possible? Is it possible not to have a big giant belly? Then life happened. I got fat. I've been up and down and up and down. And today I felt that same thing. And I go back to that time of like that small thing of having the wrist on one hip bone and the fingertips on the other hip bone. Yeah, I'm laying down, but whatever. The belly's not there for that minute, and that feels good. And other little things, like when I went from some of my highest weights down, all of a sudden shaving my armpits was different because there were all these shapes I had to deal with because it wasn't as fat and puffy as it used to be. Same thing with my knees and shaving my legs and having to learn not to cut myself as muscle grew and the shape definition changed. And those are the real wins. I mean, yeah, it's nice to go to a store and buy a smaller size or have to buy a belt because those pants don't fit anymore. But the little things, like when you're shaving and you're like, I did enough to make a change. And I didn't even realize my armpits were different. So today I'm going to post separately because I haven't figured out how to throw it in one of these yet. Tech. A before and after photo of me when I was at my kind of heaviest point, and then a couple summers ago when I was very thin. And I want to just say about that picture is I was coming down the block carrying about 50 pounds of groceries to Montero's, getting ready to go to work. And as soon as I walked in, I had someone take a picture of me because I knew exactly what picture I wanted to put as the before from a Disney trip with the family. And how much when I saw the picture, I think I actually threw up in my mouth a little bit. I was so disgusted by what I looked like. And when I show strangers that side by side that I've lost some weight, they go, who are you standing next to? I'm like, no, they're both me. But these changes are hard to make, and it's a marathon, right? You have to be the tortoise, not the hare. You have to keep going and trying. So one thing I learned from a book I read a few years ago I forget the lady's name, but she was a corporate executive on Wall Street who felt very disorganized and just said, I'm going to figure out how to do this, and then wrote a book to tell other people how to do it. And she said, always take habits you're doing and stick something onto it. Like when you brush your teeth, do meditation right after. Like, I don't know what to pair it with. But for me, I more regularly working on a morning routine. So I light a candle, I say my gratitudes, I read a little, I journal a little, and I do Tai Chi. Those are the ones I've kind of gotten consistently done. The working out, I'm like, eh. So now when I do the Tai Chi, I don't get to do anything else. It's Tai Chi and then the workout. So that's worked for me. So my hope is today that you'll take a second to look at your own life, earn a dinosaur sticker for yourself, create a reward system that you get a quarter in a jar, a dollar in a jar for doing something you didn't think you could do. I don't know. But let's keep trying to figure it out together and share your tricks with me. I'm a student and a teacher, people. We have to accept that we are both things at all times. Yin and yang, honey. So anyway, we'll do another edition of Caddy's Corner tomorrow. And thanks to all of the influence in my life, Tom Venuto, who's taught me so much about burn the fat, feed the muscle. And that's his book, if you're interested in another resource that has been very helpful for me to get myself in shape. So I'll leave you with this.